super excited for this interview today. We have Chia here, and Chia has been absolutely crushing it. She's been with us since January, and she's going to go really deep into her story. But in the short few months we've been together, it's April 3rd now. Her highest month has been $11,000, and she is able to employ her mom. She's also doing this while working a full-time job, which is insane because I actually kind of assumed in such a short period of time, earning $11,000 in revenue, she probably was doing this full time, but I was wrong. She has a family, she has a full-time job, and now she's running a business and has a really big vision for this. So Chia, I'm really excited for you to share your story. You are just an incredible person, and everyone that's watching this, I highly recommend you stick with this because this woman is going to inspire you in more ways than you know. So thank you for being here, Chia. How's it going?
Good. I'm happy to be here. Happy to share my experience.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk a little bit about if you had experience prior to e-commerce or e-com babes? Like, did you have experience? Was this brand new to you? What did that look like?
So I started to look into online business back in 2016. I was looking to Amazon. I ordered like a lot of sample from China and waste thousands of dollars, and it just didn't work for me. So I like, okay, let me look into something else. So I found you on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, let's talk to her. So I scheduled a phone call. I think it was the end of 2020. That's when I joined you. I think it was August.
Okay.
And that's how I found you. And like it was very hard at the beginning. I didn't make any money at all. I had like 4 stores. You know why? Because I got distracted. I
Yeah.
keep seeing successful store, and then I like, okay, my store is not doing anything, not making any sale. Let me try to sell this. See, I got distracted. I try to sell what people sell.
That
So yeah, so I've been through 4 store, and the store number 4, I had the bikini store, and it was successful too. I was doing 300-400 a day, but I give it up because I couldn't handle the return and exchanging because the sizing different and stuff like that. Yeah. So
yeah. That's a good point too. Like the less is more. Everyone thinks if they just have a bunch of stores, they're gonna make a bunch of money.
mhm.
And I think I was wrong about that. I thought for some reason I thought you'd been here since January. So my bad on the introduction. But
Yeah.
so then what changed? Like what made you decide that you kind of wanted to hone in on one business?
So I took a break. I took a break after that for first store. I took a break for about a year, and then I came back in January, and then I do this one. So yes, I came back and do it since January.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. So before you kind of got into all of this and started working with us and everything, did you have any reservations? Did you have any doubts? Did you have any limiting beliefs? And like, what were they? And how did you kind of break through those?
I mean, it was stressful, because the first year when I started, I mean, I had one successful store, but it was stressful because it didn't go my way. It didn't go the way I expected it. So it was hard, but I didn't give up. I knew this business, work. I knew it's work. I do a lot of research. So I jumped back to it, and here I am right now. I'm happy with my store right now.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about that. Want to explain kind of what your success has been? I know you've had some crazy days, some really high days, some really high months. You're profiting a lot. So tell us a little bit about your success so far.
So my highest have been 1,800, and my lowest is
1,800 day.
1,800 a day.
Awesome.
Yes. And my lowest have been from 400 to 600 a day. And average, I make around 8 to 1,000. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And is this did you start out with just organic traffic? Are you running paid advertising?
So in January, I did put out $1 a day ad just so to put my name out there a little bit. And in March, I turned it off. And since I had my first influencer signed up, I turned every ads off, and now all my traffic are organic.
Oh, wow. Okay. I wasn't actually expecting that. So your $11,000 month was not with paid advertisements. This was
Not at all. No ads at all.
So that's why you're keeping a very high profit.
Exactly.
That's cool. And when you get into running ads again, eventually it's going to just take off.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see how my number go, and then I will decide to run ads or not. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I love that. It's just, your story is so good because we do see this a lot. People will start a business and then they'll give up and then they'll just throw in the towel. And I love that you just were relentless, and you did give up for a year, but you came back and you knew that this business model works, because it does. It's the future. And if it's working for other people, why couldn't it work for you? And I love that you were able to wrap your head around that and go after it again and take advantage of the organic strategies. And like, you are just literally awesome. And so I'm loving this so far. You also, I know we talked about this a little bit before, shared your personal story. And I think that is the coolest thing about you. So if you're comfortable, do you want to kind of go into your personal story? Because I think that would really mean a lot to women.
Yes. So I grew up in Vietnam. We was very poor. I remember when I was little, my dad had to go in the jungle and chop up like bamboo and wood to build a house. You know, we was very poor. So and I didn't even graduate 5th grade.
Fifth grade, you said?
Yes, 5th grade. I didn't even graduate the 5th grade. So I taught myself how to speak and write and in English and everything. And this, I mean, this is pretty hard stuff, you know, build your websites and do all kind of, you know, stuff and everything. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself to able to get here today, you know.
Wow. So was it a little intimidating at first?
Yes, because, you know, have you seen my post? It's pretty messy English, you know. I'm sorry if I give you a headache in the morning, but yes, I always like, oh my gosh, I'm confusing people right now if I write too much.
Wow.
Yeah.
So not only did you not know how to do this, you couldn't even read everything like on the website or like in the instructions of the course.
No,
Oh my God.
I have to Google translated a lot of things when I don't understand it.
What? This makes me just realize nobody has an excuse. Like
No.
literally nobody in this community has an excuse, because you have a family, you have a full-time job, and you're also Google translating the directions.
And I have a 2-year-old and I'm single mom too.
Wow.
So he was clearly will sleep on my lap, and I work on the computer every night. I work until 2, 3 in the morning sometime with a cord to make this work, you know. Yeah.
Wow. This is so cool. I'm like very inspired by you.
Thank you.
So what is your vision? Oh, and did we talk about, by the way, how you employ your mom? Because I think that is so cool.
No. So my mom is actually what make me want to work really hard. And of course, my son, she never been to school. Her family never sent her to school. And she, you know, back in the day, she would, when she was a little girl, she would hide behind a window at the school and learn how to read and write. So that's, you know, maybe I got some of that from her. So yes, my mom was a full-time caregiver for my son. I take care for both of my parents. But now I pay her to work for me now. So now she have a job, not just a babysit anymore.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the women that I connect with, it's so common that when they're wanting to start a business, it's like most of them say, I want to be able to help my friends and my family. And I want to be able, whether that's giving them financial support or being able to have them work for my business. So I love that you're able to do that. And that must be so rewarding for you and her. And that's just like the coolest thing. And so what is the vision for this business? Like you've been going at this for just a couple months, like doing $11,000 in revenue, working a full-time job. So what's a year or two down the road going to look like for you with this business?
Oh, I'm already branding my store. I have stuff coming on the way here already, box and inventory and stuff like that. So I'm already branding my store. I'm working toward six figure this next year, next year, whatever. I'm trying to double my sale every month, pushing it. Yeah.
6-figure month.
Yes.
You can do 100K this year in a month.
Next year I will go harder. I'm planning to quit my job in the next couple months to full-time focus on my business.
Wow, you are so cool. So I mean, I'm sure everyone feels super inspired up to this point, but I guess like the final question I'd want to ask is, we have women that either want to join eCom babes or they're in eCom babes and they're just not really doing much, or they're not really believing in themselves. They're not taking action. So what's like a piece of final advice you would give this person that is just not all the way in yet? They want to be in, but they're not there, and they're not really believing in themselves.
Well, you got to believe in yourself and don't give up. It's hard, it's tough. I was a single mom when I left my baby father house. I didn't even have $1 in my pocket. I only had my son in my car, and I put all my money into this court. I had to use the credit card to pay for it, and here I am today. Just don't give up. It would never happen if you give up. If I can do it, I didn't even graduate 5th grade. If I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is so cool. Well, your story is literally giving me the chills, and I cannot wait to share this. This is maybe my favorite interview yet. So thank you so much, Chia, for sharing this and just being open and vulnerable and like honest with everyone. I know that this is going to inspire so many people, and you're an incredibly special person who's meant to really brighten up a lot of lives. So your success is going to go way beyond this business. I think you're going to touch a lot of lives in the process. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me today. Thank you.